4-hour work week. Is this guy serious? Let's find out. In 2007, Tim Ferriss wrote the book 4-Hour Work Week, subtitled Escape the 9-to-5 and Join the New Rich. It was written after Tim had developed a business called Brain Quicken to run on almost no effort from him on a regular basis. To further the experiment, he traveled the world remotely, which in 2023 may seem less novel, but in 2007, in my opinion, this was nothing shy of extraordinary. The lifestyle Tim has been able to create since that time is almost something out of a fairy tale, as he says in his book, working less than 4 hours per week and making more per month than he used to earn in a year. This book is a repeatable roadmap for people who want to do the exact same thing. Like many people out there, after the past few years, my idea of work has, changed. And I'm seeking more maximum returns for minimum effort. And I'm guessing you, like me, want to live life more on your terms. And since that is what the title of this book suggests, when it was recommended to me, I downloaded it immediately, and I've listened to this book at least 5 times all the way through before creating this review. To quote the author, the overall objective of this book is to have freedom of time and place, and is intended for everyone from employee to entrepreneur and even Fortune 500 executive. To be fair, after listening to the 4-Hour Work Week, I want to start with what I think this book is not. You see, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme with an instruction manual on how you can quit your job next week. It will also not give you a specific system on how to make money to fund your dream life. What it does very clearly do is give you the tools, strategy, and mindset to plan and prepare to dramatically increase your productivity while decreasing the time it takes you to get those results. And the better you get at doing this, the more freedom, inevitably, you'll have. But before any of that, Ferriss makes it clear it is no longer a good idea, and probably never was, to spend all of your most productive years slaving away at work while only having a glimmer of hope that someday you'll save enough to retire and be able to do some stuff. Because if you look at the statistics on retirement today for middle class and working class, they are not good. The average Social Security benefit in 2023 is $1,827 per month. I'm not sure where you live, but where I'm from, that's not going to get very far. So you better have a much better plan than that. What Ferriss does suggest is to not waste the best years of your life with only work as the focus. He suggests taking mini retirements throughout life. This could look like a trip around the world in your mid-20s or 30s, or scheduling 1 month working abroad for every few months you work at home, or figuring out how to turn a 40-hour work week into a 20-hour work week and maintain or increase your income and productivity in the process. In my experience in the corporate world, those who did less busy work were definitely the highest earners. This book has really awakened something in me. It takes what looks very complex, even impossible in the eyes of most people, and breaks it down into a repeatable strategy that almost anyone can apply in their life. For that strategy, Ferriss created an acronym, DEAL, which stands for the 4 steps: definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. Definition is about redefining the rules that we have for what it means to have a successful life and break the comparisons that we need to keep up with what the Joneses are doing next door. As I've alluded to already, the old model of work away the best years of your life and hope you have enough money to enjoy it is just simply not a good model anymore. Instead, Ferriss urges us to change the rules and what he calls the new rich. They don't just value money, income, status, work yourself to the bone, then just before you die, maybe you get to rest. Well, look, by then, much of the time it's too late. What the new rich do value is quality of life, experience, freedom of location, or at minimum, more flexibility. They also value being equally or much more productive in way less time. For some reason, we all seem to know we're sort of living captive in our beliefs and imposed values, but they're so hard to escape. In the chapters Dodging Bullets and System Reset, Ferriss addresses how fear holds us back in 1,000 different forms. But once you overcome this by action, we see that most of what we fear never actually happens. You've probably heard that in a quote somewhere before. Then, he goes on to explain the clarity that it takes to define where you're heading without the self-sabotage that so many people impose on themselves through having ambiguous goals. To illustrate this, Tim shares a story of having a goal of earning $1,000 a day when he was younger. With this goal as his target, he built a machine that was earning almost double that monthly. The problem was, he was working 80 hours a week to achieve that goal and was completely miserable. And this happened, he says, because his goal was not clear enough. He realized that he only defined what he wanted for income, but never really defined what he wanted for lifestyle. Just like many of us, he wrestled with this. But once he experienced enough, pain, I guess, he was able to get himself to sit down, write it out, and make the change. He says you need to be unreasonable and unambiguous, which means very clear when you're setting your targets for work, income, and life. It seems that we spend so much of our lives accumulating things, but the new rich, they do more with less. Now, this is not to say that they live like monks swearing off all material things, but they don't bog themselves down in life with excess, so much stuff that can keep you trapped in a lifestyle. Your pay sometimes goes to your entire, just to fund your life. This same thing also goes for time. In the chapter End Time Management, Ferriss uses the example of the 80-20 principle for how to see most of our actions as just busy work and not productive. Getting clear on specific actions that bring the most results in your life and eliminating busy work delivers more results in less time. He shares a great example of a story of an employed man who was working 40 hours a week. He wasn't in control of his time. And through one simple strategy, he was able to be more productive in just 18 hours. So he was able to shave his work week down to 18 hours. This gave him more time to spend with his family and do the things he loves. By the way, he also increased his productivity to 4 times. All Tim suggested through an email was that 3 times a day he asks himself, am I being productive or just active? This caused him to eliminate all of the busy work and just focus on the results he was getting. Was he inventing? Was he creating? Was he moving the needle forward? Hey guys, I'm just going to break in here for a second and ask, are you enjoying this video? Is it helpful? Please tell me in comments, what is standing out for you here? I hear a lot of people talking about freedom and flexibility, but feeling sort of stuck in where they're at. Is a 4-hour work week something you're trying to do? I'm curious if you've read it also. Have you benefited from this? Have you put these strategies in action? Let's start a conversation about this in comments below. And if you do like book reviews like this one, be sure to check out this playlist where I post all of the self-improvement book reviews that I do on this channel. In parts 3 and 4, Automation and Liberation, Ferriss goes in detail about the strategies of how to automate much of the necessary busy work, such as email and repetitive activities that come with almost every job on the planet. He teaches us how to get them off of our plate, or at least minimize the attention that we give to them on a daily basis by scheduling. He calls this action going on autopilot, and it includes outsourcing as well. Here, Ferriss gives many of examples of business models, or muse models as he calls them, that you can use to generate income through a vehicle that he thinks of as set it and forget it. He teaches how to identify and test your money-making muse, and that once your muse is tested, he covers how to allow your company to start to largely run without your time and attention, creating an autopilot system so you can fund the life you love. Now, the new rich use this strategy because they don't identify themselves as what they do for a living. They earn money, again, to fund the life they love. One final thought I want to share is that this book was written in 2007 and originally updated in 2011. Now, some of the tools referenced in the book are outdated. They are companies that might not exist anymore. But the principles in the book are certainly timeless, and I believe this is definitely worth the read for anyone. For that, I'm going to give this book an 8.8 out of 10 because I would love to see the update and the resources and see how that would play out in 2023. Still, I recommend it to anyone. You can download the 4-Hour Workweek on Audible, and I've put the link in the description below. Currently, I'm reading The 4-Hour Body as well as Tools for Titans, which are Tim's next books, so be looking for those reviews on this channel as well. So that's it. Did you learn something or hear something that landed for you? If you did, what was it? I would love to hear in comments below. And if you did like this review, please smash that like button and of course subscribe to the channel for more videos like this on personal and career development so that you can design and live the life that you love. That's all for now. See you guys in the next one.